Night football.
Or yeah, Sunday Night Football. I feel like it's like Monday night SPL, man. It's like the night for SPL.
Yeah.
You got to be watching on Mondays.
Especially this week because SKT versus KT. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's going to be great.
Oh my God.
Well, Billowy is 4-6. He's won some really tricky games. He was almost single-handedly the reason why MVP made it to the playoffs in round 2. He like won the most important games and then, got an all-kill.
Yeah, an all-kill in the playoffs.
Well, let's look at Rogue stats. He's 11-9, 5-4. I feel like if you look at that, it's like not as overwhelming. It feels pretty underwhelming. You're like, well, yeah, he's pretty good, but that's a lot of wins.
It's a lot of wins.
And also he does well in GSL.
A lot of experience, and yeah, he does do well in the solo league. So
Like his hair as well today.
Yeah, it looks really good.
yeah, that means a lot going into this game.
No, not so much.
No,
but,
you look good, you feel good, all right?
Yeah.
As long as he feels
feel
good,
good,
I guess.
play good.
Yep, exactly.
That's how it is.
You got to be in a good mindset, a healthy mindset. You got to appreciate yourself as well as the game.
Pat yourself on the back, say you're a nice guy.
Nice, good-looking guy, ready to kick some ass.
Good at StarCraft. And
Well, let's see if he's going to kick it, man, because we're going into what could be the last map of the night here on King Sejong Station. Let's find out if MVP can hang in there.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
up here on the top left in the teal for MVP, it's Billowy.
Formerly known as Lure, for you old StarCraft 2 enthusiasts from the early days. And he's up against Rogue, a.k.a. Savage, also a.k.a. Climax, for you really name-oriented people who like to know all nicknames of everybody.
So,
a.k.a., etc.
Out of those three names, what's your favorite?
Rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Because it's the name that he's had the most success with.
Yeah, I like Rogue a lot more than
His name actually for a long time on GOM TV though was officially Savage.
I
Even
like
after
Savage actually.
He was not using that name in Pro League anymore. He did keep that name in GOM for a long time.
Yeah, I didn't like Savage. I'm not a fan of that name.
Well, we just can't be friends anymore.
It just reminds me of Pocahontas.
Hey, man.
Does it remind you guys of Pocahontas at all?
No,
not even in the slightest.
What? Pocahontas?
Yeah.
Come on,
Are
man.
you guys familiar with the film Pocahontas, the Disney one?
I saw
Yeah.
it maybe 15 years ago or something. Like,
I don't
You guys-
even know if I saw it.
I've seen it maybe twice, but all throughout the movie, the Native Americans are referred to as savages.
okay.
And that's why I remember Pocahontas. And I think it's really weird that you guys.
I think
actually
it's really
don't
weird
have
that even after
connection.
that, it's still kind of weird that it reminds you of Pocahontas. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, not the girl
Definitely not the
specifically,
first
but
thing that came to mind.
it kind of reminds
No.
me of the fat king that's like really evil in the movie.
Well, like reminds me of like Randy Savage or something,
Okay, I can see that.
because his name is Savage.
Yeah.
But like, no, not Pocahontas. But hey, to each his own. We do see a very fast drone scout on this map, and we do see a first hatch go down, which is a great response to a gateway first. You don't have to worry about those cannons when the gateway is going down. And it's kind of an interesting opening from Billowy.
Well, he likes to change things up. He likes to break the rules.
He likes to break the rules. Kind of like an interesting kind of position on the map too. He could have like an early pool could have done some damage.
Wow.
And yeah, 2 hatch before pool, very common, especially against this kind of opening, and especially if you drone scout it.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, okay, gotcha. I've already got all the tools I need here.
Yep, I got everything I need to know, and I can be as greedy as I want.
Billowy's playing blind right now. That's a soccer ball.
Oh, that's a soccer ball,
And
guys.
that's a Diablo 3 backpack.
Oh, nice! I want that backpack.
I just want the soccer ball.
I like Diablo 3. It's a fun game.
I enjoyed it.
It had its
fun to
time.
play. It's fun to play with friends.
Did you actually beat the game?
me.
Both of you?
I got really close.
I beat the game many times on many characters.
I almost beat it on what's the one before the hardest one?
Expert.
Master?
The Master, maybe? Like, not Hell or whatever, but like the one after Nightmare? Or maybe Nightmare's the one before Hell?
Oh, wait. We talking about Diablo 2?
No, Diablo 3.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's Master, and then it's like something else. I forget exactly.
Anyway, I enjoyed it. I played a lot. I played a lot back with like Caldor and some other people in Golem House, like in the beta. I played with Doa.
Oh, nice.
Fun times.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Kind of. Yeah, no, this is a fun game. We'll finish with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it.
It was good. Blizzard games are good.
Blizzard games are great. Definitely worth checking out if you like
TLDR.
RPGs. Yeah.
Well, this probe's going to wander over here. It's his first glimpse of the double hatch before pool.
Double hatch before roll, and we do see an early gas, or early-ish gas for Rogue, so he's going to get Zergling speed really quickly. Great at dealing with kind of gateway timings.
Pulls out a gas. The probe saw that. He like put one drone back into gas, but I don't think the probe like thinks like, aha, like, you were minding that the whole time. I think he's pretty wise to it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, either way he knows, okay, it's going to be like speedlings on the map at a decent timing compared to what it could be at with these kind of 2 hatch before pool openings. So he's got to keep aware of that and kind of understand that even if he goes for like a fastish third, speedlings will be on the map, and because of 3 hatchery, they can be out in 4. So he has to be very careful and get like the appropriate sort of sentry count and gateway units.
For Billowy so far, he just started the +1. He's only added 1 extra gateway here, so only at 2 so far. No tech as well. Wonder if he'll take a faster third base.
I think it'd probably be a good choice. Considering the map, third bases aren't too difficult to get and to hold. And we do see a rather fast +1 attack, so he definitely will be gearing up to kind of deal with Zerglings at the very least.
Yeah. Definitely, I'm with you on that now. 10 drones on the way here. And I'm feeling like we're about to see that third Nexus come down, right? Like, he's not doing anything else.
I think he's going to have to wait till like Warp Gate's finished and warped in a few more sentries before he can safely put it down. Because, I mean, speed is just finished at this point, so he's got to be very careful on the map.
Yeah. I guess you're right. You know, it would be a bit greedy to go over there and just try to drop that right now.
Yeah, but I still think it's what we're going to see at this point. We haven't seen many gateways at all. We're seeing kind of like a defensive cannon go down. I feel like Billowy is in kind of like positioning himself to be very defensive, and he's going to be clearing out that third pretty soon. And yeah.
I much prefer when you leave one stalker in the hold and leave the sentry, because those force shields are going to be.
I prefer a zealot.
Well, if you have a zealot, yeah, it's much better. But the stalker just has so many hit points, and you can warp in a zealot behind it. The sentry sometimes like just gets bursted down.
There's
too
room
quick.
for error. If you like misplace that force field and let us like multiple Zerglings in, you lose the sentry, and you got harassment in your mineral line, sort of thing.
Yeah, I just mean like if you're zealotless.
Twilight Council here. It's very, very similar to the way SOS played against Hiva in that first game.
You know, I don't think he's going to do a timing this time, though. I think he's actually going to transition out of this.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see for sure. But, I mean, he does have that fast +1. Could go into a fast +2 from here.
He's already...
I mean, we're seeing 1 extra gateway go down.
He's already added, like, a ton of probes, too. He's at 52, soon to be 53. But let's wait and see. He didn't bank those sentries either, so if he's going to do the timing, he's definitely doing it a little bit differently.
Kind of a weird Sim City there, third base too. Usually the Protoss will kind of block off the right side of the base.
Yeah.
Completely block it off with gateways.
It's very easy to make that wall.
Yeah, very easy, and completely stops kind of pressure on that base. And they have to run around in between the natural and the third to kind of get any damage done, which makes it a lot easier to defend.
2 cannons going up here. He's playing super safe, continues pro production.
Yeah, safety first.
I do not think we're even going to see like a delayed timing here. I think he's going to add a robo soon.
I think he has to. Like at this point, like he's got to add some sort of tech if he's not going for this Blink Stalker attack.
Well, if he does go for the Blink Stalker attack, Rogue is going to know miles ahead. That Overseer just got a full scout of the entire base. He's got Hydras on the map now. Got his own +1 on the way.
We're seeing 2 more gateways go down and a robo finally. Very late robo here. I don't know if I agree with this completely. Seeing like observers are going to go on the map very late. Scouting's going to be on the map very late, and he won't know it for sure what he's going up against. He is getting some good scouts in with the Phoenix flying around the map, but I don't know. I mean, Rogue is in a very comfortable state. He's been extremely greedy. 3 bases are up, fully saturated. 4th on the way. Hydra's making. Infestation Pit on the way. He's in a great position to go into this mid game and to deal with any sort of timing.
Yeah. Let's see like how Rogue wants to play this map, because the Infestation Pit coming up here is I mean almost obviously for Swarm hosts, but how many does he commit to, and how does he want to use them? Like, how does he zone them? Because this map, oftentimes in Korea, when we get to this stage, is decided based on like the Zerg player's ability to multitask with the Swarmos. Can he constantly have the Locust, heading across the map the right way, and save his Swarmos? He was got to babysit them.
This is actually perfect timing for a counterattack up here too. The whole army just moved out on the map.
And he sees it with a burrowed Zergling. I mean, talk about cool scout.
Yeah. Oh,
just unpowers the structures and gets out.
He's got some defense over there, and this army of Billowy is coming from behind. It's got Blink now. Not a lot of Stalkers. He does have 10 gateways, but where's the closest pylon?
The problem is the lack of AoE for the Hydras. He can't fight this straight up without taking too many losses. He can lose too many sentries.
There's simply no way you can fight this with just pure like Blink Stalker sentry. I mean, you need Immortals in this mix at least, if not Colossus. So his composition's kind of outdated at this point.
He's a bit awkward with his composition. He has no Robotics Bay, right? And he's making Immortals against an army that's got some Hydras. There's the Bay. He's like...
I think he was actually going for a timing, like a very delayed timing with a Warp Prism. But then he sees like Mass Hydra. He's like, wait a second, this is simply too late at this point. Like
everything just seems like...
He waited too long.
I think you're so right, because that explains the bank that he has here that like would have been so great for making a ton of Blink Stalkers. But I feel like at this point he's like missed that so badly.
He has missed it incredibly badly. Like, Rogue took full advantage of where he was and how little pressure Billowy was giving. And
look at this.
Oh, that was amazing. Completely aware and ready for it.
Oh, he's going to get the only pylon here again. It's still the only structure powering these warp gates. He's actually going to be able to pick them off here, at least one of them.
Can't go too far. I mean, got to watch out for these sentries.
Definitely worth it, though.
Oh, yeah. This is a great... And we're going to see Vipers out of this. And I like this a lot. And I want to see Vipers into Broodlords.
You know what's really cool, though, is Billowy is, like, identified the Hive Tech, and he's like, I'm not going Colossi. It's not worth it. I'm going to actually go High Templar. Going to be great against the Hydras for Storm. They're also going to be really good against the Vipers. Just to feedback those. I mean, I guess he's going to try to pull Immortals if there's no Colossi. He does actually end up producing them anyways, but at least focusing more on the Storm first, and he's got +3 for this ground army. I like this choice a lot.
I think it's best to have both Colossus and Templar, kind of forcing out you have to have Vipers or at least Corruptors to deal with them. And at the same time, you have Templar to deal with the Vipers, as well as kind of like storm the entire army. So having both just means the Zerg has to react to both. They can't just ignore one. And I like this a lot.
This fourth base is absolutely not happening.
And we're going to see Broodlords out of this, so I'm loving Rogue's decision-making here.
And that's really scary because there's no Stargate set up here to start making Void Rays.
Another counterattack over here, forcing Billowy to move his entire army back again. Those building placements not the best as well. A lot of units getting caught, very slow. Some Zerglings get into the main.
Yep, getting
Taking
in there.
some damage on the side there.
Still no fourth base for Billowy.
That's like not even that many Zerglings, but it's just doing so much here.
Yeah.
Forces a Warp and a Zealots at home.
Keeping the Protoss completely in his base, completely distracted while these Broodlords are making 8 Corruptors on the way, all going to be Broodlords. Look at that bank. Rogue is in such a position right now. He's having a great time in this
Look at this. He's actually just going to trade against these Stalkers because he knows he needs to free up some supply here, and he knows that it's much easier for him to trade economy-wise than it is for Billowy right now, who still doesn't have that fourth base even started yet. That's a changeling.
And here we go. Broodlord's morphing. I mean, he's got to kind of hold out.
Oh, no! It looks like he's going to catch it. The Viper pull would finish it. Is he going to grab it with the Abducted Dies before?
Nice. But he's going to lose that entire army at the same time.
Oh, wow, yeah. And he cannot afford to lose those Vipers. Those are really expensive and essential to his army right now.
Well, I mean, he can remax no problem, and he has Broodlords on the way, so any kind of counterattack won't work. Yeah. He's in a very commanding position regardless, and he can push this away. But, I mean, taking that loss, definitely not a good thing. Look at how many Spine Crawlers. Wow.
Yeah. And Billowy with that Cats, he's going to go for the counterattack, but Rogue has set up so many Spine Crawlers here at the fourth, at the front of his natural as well. The Broodlords are done pretty much. There's 2 left to be made. He can hide right where that Overlord is and rain down as well.
Yeah, this is just so many spines to help slow this down. So many different locations.
Oh, if he gets the Mothership, this could be huge.
Oh my God, one more shot gets it. And the Brood's in that exact spot you were talking about, Brendan. It's so safe up there.
Yep. And, beautiful counterattack at the same time, denying this fourth base. Oh, my God.
He's just on another level, man. He really is.
He's got to be careful of blinkings, though. He cannot be too overconfident. But we do have a Viper there ready to Blinding Cloud if the Stalkers get too close, which is also very smart.
Really important he saved that Nexus, or rather that hatchery from the Zealot run by. The first Stargate is almost ready. So he can start making Voids, Tempests, you know.
He really needs Tempest at this point.
I think so. I mean, it's just too late to try to get air superiority with Void Rays at this moment in
And
time.
I think he should have made 2 Stargates, not 1.
Well, he's got a lack of gas.
He's got like other things to worry about right now. Like,
Yeah.
there are roaches all over his base. The Broodlords are slowly coming across as well.
And there's just no
Wings at the
answer.
natural. He's just like,
Look at
I
that.
don't even know where. I don't even know what he was thinking.
What?
Like he's moving out with his army. I guess he thinks he's going to try to do an
I think
elimination
he's
race.
trying to like
14
blink onto them
brutes.
maybe before they can get to
He
position.
can actually just fly away towards his
Blinding
base.
Cloud, yes, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
man.
At this point, I think he has to like counterattack because there's no way he's
Yeah, he
defeating
can't
this
fight
army.
these brutes like this. No way.
There's not enough room to kill that Nexus any faster. Broodlings just don't even fit. There's that counterattack. Billowy loses his natural. There are all the spine crawlers.
That's a lot of spines.
Can
It
make
can
a lot
very
more.
much. Yeah, he can hold off this army for sure. Doesn't want to blow his entire bank in case he actually has to like make hatcheries across the map though. He's got to be careful of that. And the Brutals are turning around actually. So he wants
I
to
don't
just
blame
kill
him
this
actually.
army.
I think like,
Oh, but like
oh, this could be bad.
this
There's
could be
storms in here too.
horrible. If he blinks in on him, he sees.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Blinding Cloud.
necessary here. He gets it, but he's only got one. The rest of the Stalkers a bit late to the party here.
There's just so many Broodlords though. It just doesn't matter. He can trade with Stalkers all day. Wow.
Protoss supply is falling really fast. A ton of those Stalkers get taken out.
Oh, even Roaches in the third base.
Killing
Wow.
a lot of those probes. He's down to 42 workers, in fact, versus 72. And there's enough bank to do a Muta switch, even if he's able to eliminate most of those Stalkers.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't even think a Muta switch is appropriate here, but I mean, it's just something he can do.
he has so many options. I mean, for sure he could do it. He could do a.
He can pretty much do anything he wants. If he needs to kite these Stalkers a little bit more, if you have this many Broodlords, the Broodling count just stacks up, and you're just not able to do anything.
Yeah.
Roach is coming in here with the Hydra support as well.
Oh,
should
gotta be
storm the
careful.
wrong side, I think. There goes that storm on the Broods. It's
A lot
just
of
too many Broodlings. Once he gets the wave off, they just keep doing that damage.
Billowy's basically on one mining base as well. He's long distance mining
Oh,
from
and
the
he didn't
fourth.
kill the Roaches.
Oh my god.
How did this happen?
What is
Whoa,
going on?
35 probes
He
killed.
warped in Stalkers over there. I guess he used probably the select all army key or something and pulled them away.
Yeah, we still see some snipes on these Broodlords, but I mean, he loses so many
The first
Stalkers.
Tempest.
First Tempest is in. It's going to take a long time to kill these Broodlords. Taking so many storms though.
That blink was a bit strange. I guess he's just trying to... Actually, I really can't explain it.
I mean,
I
the bank of Rogue just doesn't matter though. Like, he's
Hopefully
just
this time his Stalkers stay.
30 probes, as the observer was pointing out.
That Tempest is like trying to kill these birds, but now the Queens are transfusing them.
Yeah. And he could do a blink in here, but there are all the Roaches.
Nice
I
force
think he
field
might
still
actually
for
just-
now.
I think he might have to try to blink around the Roaches. Now there's just too many. There's Immortals here. There's a lot of Stalkers. There's just the problem of those Broodlings. So there's a great abduct on the Colossus.
The one thing he had that could deal with these Roaches, and now he's in a lot of trouble.
Those Immortals are not going to last very long against this much firepower. Billowy looking defeated.
GG.
GG.
Rogue takes it. Game number 3. 3 in a row for both matchups. And Rogue looking really, really strong.
Yeah, he looks absolutely great in this match. He was in complete control the whole game long, and had a great plan for the early to mid game, and just applied so much pressure that the Protoss could never leave their base, never do the timing that he wanted, and he had Broodlords before he finally got across the map.
It was a really solid play by Rogue there throughout the entire game. Billowy almost looked like at a loss as for what to do, not like in his play, but in the booth. Like
Yeah,
he
he
put
was
up his
definitely
hands in
frustrated.
frustration, like with the gesture of like, I don't know what I should